So, this matchup on paper. So we have Sander who is playing his Esper control deck, which is splashing red for bolas, because he has no inspiration and they can't hear that.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
They're both very deaf cookies, and everyone knows. Well, okay then, let's be very cryptic. Versus Yves, who is playing the other type of deck. So in the matchup of one deck versus the other, what is your reckoning?
To be honest, I think that Sander is quite favored in this matchup unless Yves gets a very, very quick start. Yves is a very all-in aggro, but doesn't have a lot of interactive possibilities.
Yeah.
He doesn't have main deck discard even. He will be bringing some of that in after boarding, but on the other hand, if he gets the crazy curve and Sander stumbles, Sander's just dead.
This is a deck that's been around basically since forever in this meta, and it hasn't really changed that much, except for a few rares and maybe a few deck tweaks given the meta. If he doesn't get off to the very quick start he wants, then Sander is basically going to play his creatures against him, which means we'll get to see them twice, which is always fun, but not so much for Yves.
All right, it looks like our players are ready. We're gonna make some silly noises. And then we are off to the races. So I will be focusing on the card viewer, because there's going to be a few cards coming back that we haven't really seen that much in this matchup. So if you want to do the play-by-play, say what they're playing.
So Yves, Sander with a land, Yves with a Inventor's Apprentice, and Sander with a Dusk Legion Zealot, which has become a staple in pretty much any deck that runs black.
Pretty much the most played common in the format.
And the Inventor's Apprentice in Yves' deck is obviously immediately switched on with more Artifact Love, enabling him to swing in
No second
for 2.
land though.
Ooh.
That's rough.
And a Gifted Eaterborn from Sander, which could actually already lock down the early game, having both Death Touch and Lifelink.
Yves does have quite a suit of removal to take care of this, though.
But then that's removal that doesn't go to face.
True. Unless it's Unlicensed Disintegration, which does both every time, but that costs 3.
Okay.
So Yves, we know, is pinched. Can't really sacrifice that map because then he doesn't have an artifact anymore. That's irrelevant now.
He does have the Sky Skiff. So we'll probably see end of turn sacrifice. But
No, you don't need to
already he's
end
no
of
longer
turn
attacking.
sacrifice it. Yeah.
That's true.
And then Sander is going onto the value train with 2-for-1s, with hard to trade creatures. Ravenous Chupacabra and Gifted Eaterborn are such a powerful 2-punch team to take down the board in the early game that this is the biggest problem for these aggro decks.
This was basically the dream curve for Sander in this matchup.
Yes. Yves cracking that Renegade map to look for land. But even now, even if you have the removal, you're just not happy removing a Chupacabra or a Dusk Legion Zealot. Yeah, okay, you like to get rid of that
Gifted Eaterborn,
but
you also know what's coming next.
Yep.
Well, you were right. It is removal and damage to the face.
Does all the why is this in Italian or Spanish? What? There we go. I hope that was the first card in Spanish.
Oh, that's Nicol Bolas. Yeah. I've always said it was a unplayable 4-4 for 4. Apparently people disagree with me.
Well, it has flying and gives you instant card advantage.
Like I said, it's not playable. Sander, however, hasn't gotten the memo yet. He's even splashing for this card.
These Sander guys.
How many did we have in this
7.
event? 7.
In this event? No, 4, 5. We're missing quite a few Sanders.
Well, we have a Sander spectating Sander, so that's something.
Yeah, but we don't have the Kank, we don't have the Grave. Those are the kind of people we expect at the Gentry Open. So. Yeah. And we still had 54 players, so.
I mean, if you're even in a situation, what do you hope for?
Miracle?
They're not in this format.
Honestly, I think we're already at the point where this becomes academic. Yves really needs to be in an advantageous position at this point to really punch through. What he would really want is a renegade freighter to punch through these 2 toughness creatures.
Yeah. I hope that he can resolve it and that it stays on the
board.
Well,
Weldfast on a Skyskiff is actually a good start because that kills a Nicol Bolas if necessary.
So Weldfast is the one that gives an artifact +2/+0 at the...
Yes.
Okay.
Sander going all in, telegraphing supernatural stamina, but apparently he's just racing here.
Why wouldn't he? He is potentially 1 turn away from flipping the Bolas, and of course there's a golden demise.
Yeah. Which halves the clock for Yves, but he still has his Bolas to keep the same amount of pressure on.
Yeah.
A lot of people underestimate the effect that Golden Demise has as not just a sweeper, but a finisher post-combat, or a Golden Demise. Now I Alpha Strike because you don't have power anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I might not kill your Gifted Aetherborn, but you can now block with a 0/1. Is an aspect of the card that has come out quite a lot of times already. Yves here reading what the flipped version of Bolas does.
Maybe we could do the same.
Do you know the name?
No. Nicol Bolas, the flipped version.
Yeah, that doesn't... it actually does work like that. Not in here though. Wait. I clicked the flipped version. Here, the Arisen. There we go. So I can't show you the card, but we can show you what it does. Pretty sweet, but nothing too crazy, and we're still 1 mana off. And we have a Hazoret for Yves. Yeah, this is 4 damage. Bounce the Hazoret. I'm not. What just happened?
I think it's blink of an eye.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
It had it has haste because he has 2 cards in hand. Oh yeah, because it was
always
bounced.
has haste, yeah.
Jeez, something. I'm awake, I swear.
So the way magic works, Niels, is I think they might have a life total issue here. Yep. So he has another turn before that Bolas is lethal. Of course, the Sky Skiff is there to play. Well, he has a mountain in play. Surprise lightning strike or shock could easily finish it.
Yep.
Now we know Sander doesn't play that, but still.
He plays Magma Spray, no?
No, he doesn't.
It's really just Nicol Bolas?
Yeah.
Wow. He must really like the card. Okay, so Yves trying to piece together a way to race through both Nicol Bolas and Gifted Etherborn. That would involve him having at least one piece of removal, which I don't think he has. He has Ether Chaser, Skyskiff, and Hazoret in hand. I've played the Hazoret here. It will be able to attack. But chooses to play the second size Sky Skiff as a guaranteed block in the air, or a double block on Nicol Bolas. That actually makes sense.
If he is gonna block in the air, he should double block.
Yeah. But playing Hazoret actually gets rid of the Gifted Etherborn, puts him up to 12, and lets him strike back for 7, 9, 11. Well, he's on 12.
No.
And still has a Ravager in the air. Yeah,
No.
double equip, double block, and opening yourself up to a blowout. Sandra already fidgeting his mana there. Yup. Fatal push. Yep, that's... I think that's the final stroke for this game.
Yeah, I mean, Sandra obviously already sees that line of play, and when he walks right into it, it's basically showing that he has an answer for this.
I thought it was pretty cute that you saw how excited he was when he was like shaking a little bit when he already tapped the swamp before the blockers were declared.
Well, as we all know, Sandra is highly adorable.
How do you shove a plane off a cliff? Oh no, the chat's starting to give us jokes now. How do you shove a plane off a cliff? It's not a joke, it's a reference to Fatal Push. Because they pushed the skiff and it died, but it's supposed to fly. Wait. I have a button for how you feel right now.
I'm so happy I can't hear the sound effects.
You shouldn't talk while the sound effects are playing. It's very, very confusing. If this bar is giving light, you need to shut up.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Wait, what?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
My button's broken. God damn it. Okay, so let's have a look at the sideboards. For Sander, we have a Plains, 4 Negate, 1 Essence Scatter, 3 Duress, 2 Fungal Infection, 2 Final Reward, and 2 Forsake the World of Me. I think here Duress is actually pretty good against him because the vehicles are non-creatures.
That's true.
So you have a ton of extra targets. I don't think the negate is justified. And I see him. I think I see him grabbing 3 5 cards. He's removing Eldest Reborn for 5 cards. Fungal Infestation and negate actually.
But no Duress that I could see.
Well, he's on the draw. I think Duress would be so much better for him than...
I'll go tell him.
Than Negate is. So what does Yves has to bring to the table? Inventor's Goggles, Duress. Duress is decent, but not as good, oddly, against Sander.
But I think Final Reward could really do a lot against Sander's very low creature threat count.
Yep. So it permanently gets rid of some stuff that...
The problem is the biggest mistake an aggro deck can make is trying to out-control the control deck post-side.
True. Honestly, I think Destructive Tampering is one of the best tools he has.
What does that card do?
It's 3 mana, either destroys an artifact or says that creatures without flying can't block this turn.
I don't think it's playable.
Sigh. He also has destructive tampering. Not sure what that does exactly. I just talked about that.
Yeah, you just.
Wow. Bye Sabrina.
Bye.
Bedankt.
So off screen, one of the judges is leaving. That's 1 down, 2 to go.
Yeah. That card is the reason you lost against Sion. Yeah, that card has that effect on people. It's good to see that we're getting some extra viewers. All the people getting home from playing the event and jumping onto the stream. Somebody just ran away.
They probably saw me.
Well, it's been going up the entire time, so.
Well, then someone ran away.
Maybe they just realized that we can see them. Yeah, we see you in your underwear over there. Enjoy the fries. Here, there's one guy sitting in his underwear eating fries now, feeling really creeped out. And I hope this is on the VOD on YouTube like in a year and a half and he still feels awkward.
You, yeah. You need a hobby.
I have a hobby. You're in it.
A real hobby.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It doesn't work anymore. No, he's broken.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me?
Okay.
In the meantime, Summer is confronted with the harsh truth that she cannot have fries anymore. You can make fries. Slacker breaking the metagame.
Yeah, and Slacker thought this was a no-pan stream. Slacker, I can confirm, for some of us, this is a no-pan stream.
Okay, and we are underway with the Cinder Barons! Hype for Cinder Barons in the chat? No? Okay, I get it. Foil submerged Boneyard then?
And this is an Ether Chaser, right?
Yes, this is Ether Chaser. And there we have the reason that aggro has problems. Gifted Ether. I mean, if there was a 3-1 first strike, it would be so good.
Sadly, it's only a 2-1 first strike.
Yup.
Can he pump it?
Nope.
Why are we looking at Renegade Rallier?
Because I typed Renegade. Need to cook these veggie nuts that are already past date. Aren't all nuts veggie? What?
No, that's not true. You have the famous bacon nut.
But that's not a nut. Okay, so Yves trying to find his way around this. I think that's unlicensed disintegration is his answer for it, which is a good one.
Oh, it's his answer for everything.
And it even resolves. Why is this Spanish?
Why are you so racist?
Because I type desintegration instead of disintegration. It turns it Spanish because of that. Gotcha. Not enough puns here already. I want to nut. Wait, what? Summer, do behave. Slacker's confused.
I have 4 words for Slacker. Google is your friend.
Okay, so Dusk Legion's Amulet against First Strike. For once, not a good answer.
True.
It still
It's a
soaks the
chunk block.
damage, yeah. You mean nuggets when you said nuts either.
I mean, this matchup, Tuscany does basically, I'm not going to take damage and draw a card.
Yep. So Yves apparently has some options on how he wants to approach this situation. 3 mana gets him Renegade Freighter.
No, I wouldn't be surprised to see counters.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have counter spells, otherwise he would have countered Unlicensed Disintegration.
Would you?
Infestation. What?
That's the correct card.
It's the other infestation. What? It's not called infestation. It's saproling fungal
Infection.
infection. Yeah, that's better. Fungal infection. People kept laughing when I said this card solved the aggro matchup until I started explaining them that it's in 90% of cases strictly and significantly better moment of craving.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say things that are correct.
Since I sometimes accidentally make some of it. To be honest, I think this card and Tom's deck are the breakout sensations of this event.
I haven't actually seen Tom's deck.
You haven't yet?
No.
Yeah, grab the deck list over there. You can have a look. It's Vinemare.deck.
It's probably not playable.
I heard that the hexproof 7/5 flyings that can't be blocked by black creatures are
Not
pretty playable.
Flying horses in the sky.
People bumping the tent again. Decapitation. Flying horses. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Pia has entered the fray.
It's actually been a while since we've seen that much PNLR in Gentry. She used to be an auto-include in basically any red deck.
Yeah. A lot of good other options came. Also, it was an auto-include in blue-red Topters because you didn't have any better choices. But then the choices to put in the deck kept getting better and better and better to the point where PNLR, I don't even think she's in the top 10 of options anymore for that deck. And outside that deck,
she also dies to everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except, of course, your infection.
Well, when she attacks, she does.
That's true.
Okay, we have a train. But we kind of missed the elephant in the room, or the scarab god on the other side of the table. Believe it or not, this is the first scarab god in the feature match that
Really?
has resolved as a permanent.
In that case, let's be very surprised and excited. Oh my god, there is a scarab god. What will we do now?
Probably end the match rather quickly.
Yeah.
Since, well, he's at 9, and
I
Yves
am-
does have reach.
I am excited.
Not that much.
Oh wait, no, that's not possible. No, I
Single
was-
mom doing what she can. What's going on? Somehow the
This is the point where
answer.
we ignore the chat.
This is the answer to fungal infection. Single mom doing what she can. Awkward. Let's get back to the game, where a Gifted Etherborn was brought back as a 4/4 monstrosity by the Scarab God. The most played and most overrated mythic in Gentry.
And most hated.
And most played, most hated, most overrated.
It only allows you to bring back creatures, right?
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Well, I was rather hoping for a renegade freighter that could be crewed by Sander's Chupacabra.
How crude.
Chupa, 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 chupa. We would have a train.
Pia is Chandra's mom, and her partner was killed while fleeing from the consulate.
Thanks for the spoiler.
Thank you. Actually, it's unconfirmed whether or not Kieran is dead. They just saw their house burn down, but they haven't actually found his body, if I'm not mistaken. So, as far as I know, in my feeble mind, Kieran is out there looking for his long-lost family. He's dead. No. I cannot handle the realism. Yves, puzzling. I don't know why he has 3 mana tapped at this point. An unlicensed disintegration. What? Why is there 3 mana tapped? Am I missing something?
I don't see it. Unless integration apparently renegade. Is that it?
That's Essence Scatter.
Okay, I couldn't see.
No, it's a Weldfast engineer. Yes, that got Essence scattered. Yep, the dude got scattered. Oh, Yves brought in the Sweatworks Brawlers.
That is interesting.
It's pretty crazy how bad tokens got in the meta game.
Yes.
I
As I discovered today.
There's random X1, X2s, X3s, 2-3s, gifted Etherborns everywhere. And now there's 4-4 Ether Chasers for Sander. I have the feeling that Sander is just going through the motions here. Time to brawl. What does a 3-3 menace does on this board? Nothing. It just...
Not anymore.
It kills a token. It kills half of fungal infestation.
Well, you can make, 2 creatures unable to block and then attack for 3. With the menace creature.
Yeah.
Because that's the value play.
It's sad if that's all there's left to you. 3 mana for a mean sailor of memes. As we're at this point going through the motions in game 2 of this semi-final, Sander is up 1-0.
Yeah, on paper I would have thought that it would have had a bit more difficulty with this matchup.
I don't think so.
Really good cards in the early game. Was able to stop Yves' assault before it really caught on.
Yeah, I only see Yves winning this if he gets a perfect draw and Sander stumbles.
Yeah.
But then again, that's how he won his quarterfinal. He was playing against a deck that was even better suited to beat him, and his opponent just sat there and died.
Well, it is a factor.
Cut.
It's 4 damage.
Yeah. We'll also lose X life, which at this point can be 3. So that's a finisher hiding out in the graveyard. But he has to watch out that he doesn't just die here. The Topter is attacking because it got +2/+0 from the second Weldfast engineer. Don't swear on stream. Did we say something wrong on stream?
Probably, but I don't know.
Hazoret is the only big problem in vehicles. Even that is pretty manageable for Sander. Unless you're low enough, but then again, then Hazoret is always a problem.
It's another sailor. Or the same sailor.
I said cut. Oh, cut the ribbon. Yeah. Haha. These slackers in the chat telling us what we can and cannot say. Jeez, my jeez.
Well, I know where he lives. So we can always go say hi afterwards.
Too limber. Ah, there we go. You have to do it in front of the microphone so they hear it.
I don't have to.
How dare he? Cut the deck? No, cut the ribbons. Yeah, this is Magic the Puzzling. How do I stay alive? How do I get an extra attack? How do I pretend that I still have a shot at winning this match?
The answer is you don't.
How do I not cry?
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run.
Okay.
Okay, but we need to get back to the game. There's no time for corny music. So my moderator held Slacker's comment for sexual contact because he said, "Lol, I shall allow it." It's even an emoticon. I didn't know that my moderator was Flemish. Okay, Yves survives on 1. Can he piece together 9 points of damage? And now he just
Before
goes...
Sander's upkeep.
Well, the funny thing is, if he goes burn attack with Topter, then Sander's dead.
With 1 card.
Where he played the land. Yeah. So wait, he can cut 2 ribbons for 4.
Mm-hmm. That sounds to 5. And he could attack
Yeah,
with
she
3 in the
needs
air. He's
mana.
missing 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a luck and pump, but no.
But then you don't have the mana available.
Exactly.
And the G was G, but the G was over.
You could always ask someone to concede.
True. So you have insult and injuries. That's not just a card.
I would also do it. I mean, you know there are pump spells in red.
True. But then you wait for the pump spell.